Greetings and salutations, fellow original characters do not steal. It is I, Eric J. Chucky, joined as always by the boy.
Hey!
This is the Two Nerds Podcast, and before we get into discussing chili dogs and enchiladas, I would like to direct your attention to the ticker at the bottom of your screen right now, just below Robotnik's slender fingers. You can click the links in the description and buy all the things you find there. That would be really cool of you. It would make you so cool, in fact, you would be as cool as famous people, a guy from Ohio, Rob, Jesse Weock, and Passion Killer 711.
Oh, we got a new one!
We got a new one!
Nice!
Your name could be on this list. You could also get episodes of Journey of Wrestling early and other fun treats. They're all on the Patreon. Sonic the Hedgehog.
He's a very fast blue rodent, I think.
I'm pretty sure they keep calling him a rodent, and it's 2022. People look into that.
Hedgehogs marsupials?
No, because we have hedgehogs in America, and America's only marsupial is the possum.
That's fair. Okay, well,
before we get into Sonic the Hedgehog 2, we talked about the first Sonic movie before, but it was on a podcast buried in with a lot of other things.
So, just a brief overview of the first Sonic movie to catch you up if you don't feel like going and finding whatever fucking catch-up podcast the first Sonic movie was on, because we didn't honestly have a lot to say about it.
Yeah, like, not in a bad way, though.
It was just fine.
Yeah, it was absolutely better than we thought it was going to be.
Oh, that way it was a very pleasant surprise. I had to go see it because they went to the trouble of making the movie twice, so I'm going to go see it.
The trope that happens a lot in non-established video game character for a children's movie, that, instead of just being about their world and all their interesting things, they have to come to Earth and hang out with real-life people.
That's just a really popular genre of adaptation in any case.
I don't like it, but it plays just fine here.
He really doesn't like it. He's making such a face.
It's just that it's like... Speak to the material on its level. Don't try to put it in this weird... Well, I, as a director or producer or studio, have never heard of this Sonic. So could you perhaps put him in a wacky, children's comedy film that I know will sell, while I explicitly do not look at the fact that people who like Sonic the Hedgehog have been buying Sonic the Hedgehog games since after Adventure came out. They know better. They've known better for like 20 years. And yet here we are.
I mean, yeah. But, like...
I'm so scared that's what the Mario movie's going to be.
Dude, that's absolutely what the Mario movie's going to be. But the first movie played fine. I don't dislike that premise nearly as much as my friend here. The reverse isekai.
I come from a magical world, and now I'm in fucking Colorado. Okay.
The Green Hill Zone's Yankee in the Donut Lord's Court, as it were.
Yeah.
It's a fine movie. The first movie, Jim Carrey is absolutely the standout. He's amazing. He's fun. He does a fantastic job making the movie more fun, because he's at his Jim. He's not his Jim Carreyest, but we're at a good 0.75.
Yeah, he brings a lot of energy. I think, honestly, my biggest complaints about the first movie was that the story was a little weak. Not terribly weak, just a little weak.
The story wasn't overly concerned with being more than it was. It was a very by the numbers, very, like, sort of pat tale of a lost youth being picked up and then forming a bond with like a dad figure, and sort of like a coming of age tale for the hedgehog. The second movie, however, is much better. And
Yeah.
I liked the first movie. I want to make that super clear.
I would like to as well, because I did enjoy it. We thought it was going to be stupid, because when you make a movie that ugly,
And then you have to remake it to make it not ugly.
like, you didn't have a great movie in the first place.
But no, it turns out they had a fine movie, and then they made a sequel, which is a great movie. It is dumb in the best way.
It's great for what it is.
Yeah, it's dumb in the best way.
Like, you're not going to come away with this going, man, I feel like I understand more about myself and about the world around me.
No.
I've rethought the way entertainment can be enjoyed, and I learned a new word. No, you're gonna come away from this going, that was pretty funny.
Like, it's fun and dumb. It's a Saturday morning cartoon of a movie. And you don't have to... This movie is great proof that you absolutely don't have to be more than that.
It kind of reminds me of the Bay Turtles movies.
Yeah,
the
like
Platinum
a
Dunes
little
ones.
bit less... I don't know, like... marketed towards 12-year-olds and more marketed towards 10-year-olds. I don't know how to phrase that right.
The Platinum Dunes Turtles movies were for teenagers,
Yeah.
especially young teenagers.
Teenagers with attitude.
Whereas the Sonic movies are for families.
Yeah, and it makes a difference, but otherwise, similar vibe. They don't have to be the smartest, most, thought-provoking, cerebral movie of all time. Sometimes it's enough to do a lot of really funny jokes and fun action scenes, strung together loosely by, like, a plot.
Yeah. I do have to say, actually, this is an observation I had when we were in the theater. I really like the modernization of the Sonic character. When it was the 90s, it was a different time out there, listener. He was Steve Urkel, literally. And also, like, he had that I'm annoying, but that makes me cool attitude.
Yeah, like, sassy, I suppose, is
sure.
how I would phrase it. Sardonic, but he's much more genuine now. And I like
I like genuine Sonic. And he's still got attitude. He's still quipping more than everyone else. He's got the Spider-Man energy.
Yeah, he's got the light taunting, as he says.
Sure.
But Ben Schwartz plays Sonic, like, very genuine a lot of the time. Even when he's joking, it's clear that, like, he's doing a bit. Like, he's joking. It's not just like he is a creature of pure sarcasm.
He's not a marketable mascot, even though he is. He's a three-dimensional character. Ha 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 ha. Please don't make the Rescue Rangers movie stop.
No, they're going to. It's made.
I hate it.
It's too late.
Turn it off.
No.
Pull the plug.
Nope.
Cut the cord.
Can't.
You know what wasn't in this movie? Fucking Seth Rogen laugh. I also need to say that the human plot lines, I gave a shit about.
Yeah, like... The human plotline, I guess the C or B plotline? Because, like, the A plot is Sonic, right?
Yeah.
And, like, the B plot is, like, a combination, I feel like, of Dr. Robotnik and the contrast between Dr. Robotnik and Knuckles and their partnership, and then Sonic and Tails' genuine friendship.
Yeah.
I feel like they did a good job making that the B plot. The C plot with the wedding is low-key, like, the funniest part of the fucking movie.
I mean, spoilers for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I was really, like, they did that thing that you get in a lot of kids' movies where it's like, I don't give a fuck about this part. Go back to the silly animated characters. Except that in that moment, I started having that thought and went, no, let them speak.
They have the conch.
Yeah. Go on. Do you really love her?
I'd like to know. I'd like to know, Shamar Moore. Did you let your undercover operation get the better of you?
I don't know. It was silly. The acting was really fun, and the energy was always up. And it wasn't, like, hard to predict, man. They foreshadow everything so fucking hard. But, like,
it's a kids' movie. It's not it's not intended to surprise you.
No, you want the 10-year-old to figure it out before the movie does, so they feel smart. It's the rule of mystery writing.
And if you're writing something so that the 10-year-old can kind of see, sort of feel in his gut what's coming, so that you get that wonderful aha moment of I was right, well, adults in the room are going to know what the hell is happening a lot sooner.
Some of them.
Some of them. That's fair. Some of them.
You know who you are.
But it's...
Why are you still here? Use some of your money to purchase Patreon subscriptions.
Like, it's... how to put this? It's still fun. Like, it's not intended to be surprising. It's intended to be a fun romp. And boy, howdy, is there a lot of movie in this movie? How long is this?
Yeah, let's look at that. What was the actual runtime? 122 minutes. That's not bad.
That's, like, just 2 minutes plus, like, feature length. No, feature length is, like, 90 minutes. But, like, 2 hours. Just a solid, like, 2 hours on the dot. Less credits, just 2 hours. They put so much movie in this movie.
So much happens, but it's not... It doesn't feel like that frenetic, breakneck, oh my god, we're moving to this now, what happened to that? No,
moments have time to breathe.
Yeah.
There's, like, little heartwarming moments and like, times to rest your brain. It was honestly very, very well paced.
Yeah. Back to the previous topic, you said you saw on Reddit last night, someone asking about, if you're going to have a plot twist, should it be foreshadowed? And I think that's pertinent here.
Okay.
Because the whole deal with the ring and the avalanche and all that, which you'd understand if you watched the movie, and I recommend that you do.
For the purposes of hitting 30 minutes, at a certain point in the movie, Cyclops, the Donut Lord, is sassing the ring girl.
Oh my god, he's the Donut Lord. And donuts are all cyclopes.
Yeah. He's the Donut
Brilliant!
Lord. But he's sassing the ring girl of the wedding he's at, and he swaps. He like takes one of the rings and like pulls it out from behind her ear as like a magic trick because he is, and this is important to note, the daddest human being to live in this movie. He is a father golem, and he accidentally. This is very clearly foreshadowed at the time, swaps that ring with the extra dimensional gold rings that you can use to transport people across space and time in this continuity. That are the gold rings from Sonic. Which look just like regular gold rings until you throw them.
You do the magic.
Yeah. This comes up later, and it's very quietly, but very firmly put into your head that that's definitely going to happen later.
Yeah, something shenanigan-y is going to happen with the gold ring and its teleportation-ness. Sonic is snowboarding down the middle of an avalanche because he is Sonic the Hedgehog. And he needs a way to get out of that. And he's like, hey, Cyclops, can you swing that ring and let me come through? And he's like, oh, shit.
Oh, no, it's the other ring!
But, like, it's exactly what you expected to happen, especially because the sister's like, don't you ruin my wedding. And he's like, I won't, don't worry.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, yeah, you're playing it for the kids in the audience, and as a filmmaker, you don't put that scene in there if he's not going to ruin the wedding. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, it's also, misfortune has to happen. This goofiness has to, otherwise we don't have a fucking movie. But, I don't know that me knowing that it was going to happen made it less funny when her whole ass wedding got wrecked. And it's a double twist. Because immediately followed up by that is Shamar Moore's reveal and the entire, operation, including the priest, that they were all secret federal agents of Gun out to kidnap Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, it's the whole switcheroo. And
they foreshadowed one thing so that they could really surprise you with the second thing.
And it's not that I was blown out of my seat, but it was worth the gag, It
was a funny gag,
It was a good punchline. The guilty-ass priest opening up his Bible with a gun inside. Just quality. Quality humor. And I think that's what this movie executes better than anything else. It does have heart. It does have moral. It's got a decent story.
It's a fun family picture.
But it's really funny. And
it's very fucking funny. Sonic is very funny in this movie.
The references they managed to get in there. And I understand a lot of that was Ben Schwartz because he loves to cram in references to other stuff. They had to stop him.
Good. Do less. Stop him less. Let him go. Let Ben Schwartz go.
But it was... There's a lot of really good lines. And I can't, we don't want to do the Guardians of the Galaxy podcast, as we always say. It's not going to be line-orama in here. But even if you listen to all this and you're like, well, now I know the plot of children's movie Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Spoiler alert, Sonic wins, bro.
Dude. Knuckles wins.
Ha! Yay, he does.
I thought Idris Elba was going to be way more...
Idris Elba-y?
Just hard to accept as Knuckles the Enchilada, but no, he was not.
No, like, what he did an accent, not a specific one, but not his accent.
Right.
And
I believe his direction was that English is not Knuckles' first language.
And he plays it like that.
Yes.
And he just sort of it's just Knuckles. Like, partway through the movie, that's just Knuckles. Like, I forget it's Idris Elba.
It's just who he is now.
He has steely focus, and he's complex, and that's too much, and that's a lot for some people.
Tails, on the other hand, is just Tails' voice actress.
Yeah, they just got the voice actors for fucking Tails.
Which is awesome.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, perfect casting, and how wonderful, how exciting for her to get to work with folks like Jim Carrey. Yeah. I mean, but that's cool. And there's so many good nods to the continuity of the games as well. Visual stuff mostly. But
there is a lot of it.
There's a lot. Like, this is why I compare it to the Platinum Dunes Turtles. Because, yeah, the vibe is way different. But the soul is the same. And there's a lot of... Yes, we did play the games. Look at this. Do you remember this obscure level from the games? We looked.
And they kind of... They don't always do like a knowing wink to the audience, but there are points where Sonic all but looks at the camera and says the name of a zone in Sonic.
Right. The only reference I wish they'd stop dropping so hard is Mean Bean, because everyone on the internet acts like the Mean Bean Machine is this like super esoteric game no one's ever heard of, and it's like it's the Puckman of Sonic trivia.
It's the Viggo Mortensen broke his toe on that helmet.
It's the Doki Doki Panic of Mario. Everyone knows Mean Bean now. It's fine. It's okay. I mean, it's funny. Don't get me wrong. It's clever. Just we got it.
Well, I mean, they established that's the name now.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. And there were times like, as much as some of the CGI was
CGI.
Yes, I don't want to watch this on home movie.
Oh fuck no! It looks ugly as hell.
Really bad. But
in a theater, wonderful.
I was still really impressed by a lot of the visuals. The temple, especially when the water drained and the temple rose out, looked really good.
Secret Temple, yeah.
Yeah, and I liked Robotnik's Giant Robotnik.
Robotnik's Giant Robotnik had fucking class and style. Can I just say that once again, Jim Carrey in this movie. It feels like the rest of the cast rose to meet the level he was performing at in the first movie, and so he had to show them what real power is, and he rose his level to get above them again.
Yeah, he took it to a new height. I hope he returns for another Sonic movie someday. I love how dismissively the one dude at the end is like, nah, he's probably dead. Probably gone forever. Never coming back. Bye. I'm only exaggerating a little. The cast of this movie was all great. I really liked... small standout was Adam Pally as Wade, the idiot sheriff.
Yeah, his character is literally just, like, barely functional.
Right, yeah.
Like, he was kind of... he was dumb in the first movie, but I remember him being more, like, put upon and kind of...
It's like we went from David Arquette in Scream to the parody character of that character.
Yeah, and, like, I don't hate it, but it definitely feels like a change.
Yeah. And he was funny. He had some good lines.
Yeah.
Some weird bits. But obviously, as we mentioned before, the entire wedding party was really well acted, well performed, great energy, great delivery. Spent a lot more time enjoying that than I really thought I would.
Natasha Rothwell is fucking really funny in this movie as Rachel, the sister.
I'd be willing to like watch a movie where she's a lead or maybe the second character.
Just, like, she does what is called upon her to do in this movie with fucking style.
Yeah. It would be like if you were like, hey, can you print this out for me? And I was like, sure. And I printed you out the most well-printed, ink evenly spread, paper to the exact crispness you needed it. This was not a roll that required 10 out of 10 effort, 11 out of 10 effort, but she brought it.
And it's very impressive. I really enjoyed her performance. And, like, I expected it to exist and be fine, but not for me to go, man, I really like that character.
Yeah. I don't think anybody in this movie did poorly.
I wouldn't say so, no.
No. And I really appreciate the heart. In the fact... So I just got done, hopefully forever, trying to play Final Fantasy 13. I'm not going to go too deep into it. But one of the things that annoyed me about one of the principal characters is he keeps talking about how he's a hero while he's fucking everything up. And the opening scene of this movie is Sonic doing exactly that, except, unlike this character, literally everyone calls him out for it. He's like, this is not being a hero. You ruined everything.
While he's doing it.
Yeah. And then afterward, they have a nice heart-to-heart about it. And it's it's a teaching moment. Yeah.
Learns.
Yeah.
And improves.
Yeah. It was really lovely to see, especially, like, in my personal journey of getting to Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie. I felt, it was my own little tiny victory. Little personal victory.
I like it. I'm just happy it was as good as I hoped it would be. Like, when I first saw it, because I liked the first movie just fine, but I wasn't like it lit the world on fire for me. It wasn't like I was fucking chomping at the bit for a new Sonic movie. But then I saw, like, some of the preview art, and I saw the trailer, and I went, oh no, this is going to be really fucking good. And so I watched it, and it was really fucking good.
What do you... Well, you know what? Let's go back. Let's do the old sandwich, right?
All right, compliment sandwich time.
What are some negatives about the movie?
They didn't do the song.
Yeah, they still haven't done... What is the name of that song?
I know, I couldn't tell you the actual name of that song if you paid me $1 million.
Follow Me?
Follow Me sounds like right. That? The Sonic song.
Yeah, the one from
Sonic
the
06?
bus chase thing.
Yeah. It's the fucking song. Come on, do the song!
Or at least homage it in a rap version at the end,
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer you just do the song. Like, the beginning scene where he's fighting the fucking robbers on the armored car.
Or the snowboarding scene where he is literally going downhill against the barreling...
The snowboarding scene was fine. The snowboarding scene, if they had dropped fucking Follow Me right as he hit the powder...
Even if they just hit, like, the opening, and then, like, no lyrics, just, like, music, that would have been a big moment.
I would have cheered.
Yeah.
Do the song. This is not hard. Do the song.
Any other criticisms?
I honestly, like, there are parts of this movie that aren't amazing, but...
Sure.
It's kind of like, it would feel like criticizing a fast food burger for not being beef Wellington.
Right, yeah. I mean, could I make this movie more... whatever, epic, intellectual, deep, dark, sure.
But, like,
do you have to?
It's a burger. It's a good burger.
Yeah.
There are things that are a little, simple. Or performances that are a little, not one note, but it's very straightforward and earnest. But they don't gotta be more complex. It's a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
I will say, and I'll get to my minor criticisms in a moment here, but their attention to detail was really nice. So, there was a point where Sonic, actual spoilers, he goes supersonic. And he's fighting Robotnik in his giant robo-mech thing. And... it seems like his family may have died, but they do take a moment to show them they're fine, and they say, yay, go Sonic, or what the fuck ever.
It's like maybe a whole second of screen time. But it's enough for you to go, okay, well, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah. And, like, so many minor nitpicky criticisms I have about films is shit like that.
And they a lot of the time, this movie takes its time to... actually pay attention to tiny shit like that. That was not in the remit. That was not in the that was not in the necessary steps for this movie. That's above and beyond the Call of Duty.
Yes. But my criticism, and it's a big one, I really wanted Shamar Moore to laugh and go, you mean the Chaos Emeralds?
He'd have done it too.
Ugh.
He would have absolutely done that. The only reason that isn't in the movie is someone made a decision to have it not happen.
I mean, Dr. Robotnik offered to show Knuckles the way. I don't know what more you can want from that.
God, it's just... he did. He did. And I went, you bastards. You son of a bitch. I read your book.
That's the dumb shit I'm talking about, that they're like this small attention. I mean, maybe if you're arrogant and haven't seen bad, video game movies or whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like one of the reasons I don't have much to criticize about this movie is because I have seen bad video game movies.
I mean, in theaters right now, we could have gone to see is Uncharted, featuring, for some reason, not the main character of Uncharted as the main character of Uncharted.
And the main characters of Uncharted as one of the secondary characters of Uncharted.
Like, it's that easy. You can fuck it up that easy, and they didn't.
Yeah, I have seen bad video game movies. This isn't one of those.
No.
So I'm willing to give it slack on the few things that are a little...
well, they're going to make more movies eventually, so maybe that's for later.
Yeah. There is one joke I feel like was a bad call. It was funny in the moment. I won't lie. But they wasted it. There's a joke that happens during the snowboarding scene where Knuckles comes out to attack Sonic and he is, oh great, it's the Winter Soldier. Funny in the moment, he's very intense, he does a lot of punching, and he's here to attack Sonic, and he's very red. I get it, I like it, very funny. Problem is, then you made Shadow the Hedgehog the Winter Soldier. You made him the Winter Soldier. He is unfrozen from a secret fucking cryogenics facility. Why did you waste that joke? Because he's even gonna act like the Winter Soldier, and he has eyeliner.
The second they dropped the GUN acronym, I spent the next hour and a half
waiting.
They're gonna show me Shadow the Hedgehog, and please understand, I don't give a fuck about Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, Shadow the Hedgehog is not like I'm not.
You want to put Big the Cat in a movie, you're gonna get my emotional investment. But Shadow, whatever, who cares?
But it's not about caring about him. I'm just mad they wasted that joke.
I spent the rest of the movie like, it's gonna be good. They know what they're doing. Oh my god, this is great.
I mean, yeah, he's Gun. Gun is here. It's time for fucking Shadow the Hedgehog. He's gonna have a gun and a motorcycle.
And the government guy is not gonna be able to tell the difference between him and Sonic.
Not at all. No.
You don't have to go this hard, I guess, as the kids say, but they really did. And it played really well, and I didn't feel like I spent 2 hours in the theater.
No, it is absurdly well paced. Like, there's so much that happens in this movie that it would have been really easy for it to feel schizophrenic. It would have been really easy for this movie to feel completely disjointed.
Or exhausting.
But no, it's actually very well paced. And in a way, a lot of kids' movies aren't.
Yeah. In exactly the way a lot of kids' movies aren't. They kept the flossing to a minimum, and it was used ironically. I appreciate that.
I mean, Jim Carrey flosses so well, you have to let him. You have to let him.
It wasn't disturbingly sexy, as a floss often can be.
Well, there's a lot to unpack from that sentence.
That's why I don't like it. I don't like children doing this very hip-heavy dance. And then when I see adults doing it, it just reminds me of, that the children do this. And I'm like, no, I can't enjoy this on any level. But, they filmed him from a different angle. And I think that helped. He was doing it, ironically, as Dr. Robotnik. That also helped.
I think he was doing it genuinely as Dr. Robotnik, and thus it was ironic.
I think, the power of Robotnik is that he is always operating under at least 5 layers of irony.
He is the good luck, I'm behind 5 proxies of emotional availability.
And actual availability.
Yeah.
What a winning villain. The man has earned his name. He Jim Carrey'd this movie.
He really did. Next movie, he's clearly not going to be the villain.
No, I don't think so.
They've clearly set
Unless
up...
they Dr. Wily his ass.
Yeah. And they've clearly set up a nice out for him, and then they're bringing in Shadow and Gun, who are probably going to be the villains of the next movie. Yeah. But if he comes back again, I'm not going to be mad.
I want the entire team. I want Rouge in there. I want them to have an enemy team to face off against. It's not obviously they're going to be friends at the end of this. I mean, they will, but not as obviously. Rouge is still kind of like the Black Widow of the Sonic universe, so...
Is she now?
Yes.
I don't know dick about Sonic. I want to be super clear.
I don't know how I've absorbed as much about Sonic as I have. I guess if you're just on the internet for long enough, you either absorb Sonic the Hedgehog facts or grosser stuff. Sorry, friend.
Yeah. Everything's better when nerds talk about it.